Okay, seems like they're ready. Let's go and get them counted down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. See, this is the problem when you have a voice that projects. Because I'm sitting decently far away from the mic now.
But it doesn't help that I'm very, very quiet.
Okay, we got to get rid of this heart for T-Storm. He hasn't earned it yet. But up top, we're going to have T-Storm versus Redshurt. Down at the bottom, Catsugiri versus Knight. Both Redshurt and Knight getting 5 maxes apiece. As a matter of fact, their kickers only separated by, I think, 2,000 points.
That is very close.
So, of course, Catsugiri also making it in, I believe, had a 800, some very high, or a high 900, somewhere around there. The cutoff for this tournament got pretty intense, especially towards the end.
I was watching T-Storm's qualifier for today, and the games were so consistent. The Tetris rate, every time I looked at the screen, I swear it was an 80 to 90% Tetris rate. So very good gameplay earlier today.
Yeah, no, earlier he was talking, he's like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it in. I give it like a 50-50. Well, he's found himself in. And he still has a heart for some reason. I'm not going to touch anything for now. So just pretend that T-Storm doesn't have a heart yet. Who knows? Maybe it's prophetic.
All right, Catsugiri is digging down pretty well, getting the board almost back to a normal state.
Pretty close games all around. We had a tie game for a second up there on top, 164 to now 186. And down at the bottom, 148 to now 167.
All these games are pretty close. It's too early to tell anything yet.
Another hole generated over there for T-Storm.
I do too, man. I do too. Zoom with your feet. You're doing good.
Well, I think it's like manual focus too.
He does have it set up as manual because the focus on that helps a lot. The autofocus.
Players up top are going to be fine. That's the Tetris for Redshurt. Goes up to 234. T-Storm at 194. Catsugiri at 200,000. And Knight at 198. So down at the bottom, they're only separated by, I believe that's a little bit over 2 singles.
Probably a switch on top. Yeah,
Catsugiri has a beautiful slope right now. This board is gorgeous.
No, I'll send it to him.
It's just really close all around. You love to see moments like that, especially since, you know, contrast to last year, round 1 in Genesis is going to be a best of 5. We're already going to be pushing the medal because we started almost 20 minutes late. But what can you do? I think Fractal put it best in his interviews, like the strength that as a Tetris community we have is our ability to adapt to when things go wrong, both in-game and outside of the game.
That is very true. You need a lot of mental alacrity to play this game. Missed T-spin by T-Storm. Not worthy of the name.
So Redshirt's going to be able to continue to build up a lead. Up by just under 3 Tetrises at 373.
T-Storm has not won a game yet. We're just having a little bit of difficulty with the production setup. All right, Redshurt is in about 100,000 point lead. Which is impressive because T-Storm is also having a very good pace. And down at the bottom, both players are about even. Catsugiri's in a little bit of a lead.
T-Storm right now trying to fight for survival. Love another eyepiece to go in that column 3, and now the column 3 is covered up, so very dangerous spot for T-Storm. Great timing on that eyepiece.
T-Storm is making it work.
Still keeping alive. Good timing on the L.
An amazing dig with Tetris to finish it off.
Amazing survival, but it did come with a cost. Survival cost points, and now T-Storm is down by 116,000. And down at the bottom, it looks like we're finally going to get some separation for Catsugiri and Knight. They've been like neck and neck throughout the majority of this game. And Catsugiri just has run into a kind of troubling situation.
I think she can get out of it, but again, it costs precious, precious points. And Knight has a beautiful board right now.
We are approaching the transition all around. There's a Tetris for Redshurt. One more available, almost a 200,000 point lead as he looks for that 600K transition. A hang over there for T-Storm on the left, and is actually going to commit to a Tetris.
Ooh.
Decided to pass up on it. Redshurt now in danger. One line to go for the level 19 transition. Able to get a piece over to the left, crucial. Now he's down, stacking up high. This is the perfect opportunity for T-Storm to close the gap.
I did see Redshurt get out of a few things, I think even more difficult digs during the qual, so don't count him out yet.
Yeah, he's doing great, surviving up top. T-Storm chopping away at that lead. Remember, it was almost 200,000 points, and now it's been cut down to 132,000 points. Another misdrop for Redshurt, but Catsugiri at the bottom is going to top out at 515. So Knight is good for game number 1. Just like that, Redshurt survives with a Tetris. 641 for Redshurt, 502 now for T-Storm. Looks like T-Storm just looking for the right pieces to get Tetris ready. It would knock down a Tetris, but not before misdropping the O, but...
Gets the square to fill it in, like it never even happened.
Exactly. 557 for T-Storm, 674 for Redshurt. Another misdrop for T-Storm. That's the thing. Redshurt did run into a slowdown because of having to survive early 19.
Beautiful T-piece tuck from Redshurt.
Looks like we're in the middle of a drought for Redshurt. Able to survive long enough, knocks down a Tetris, 742 to now 568.
Down at the bottom, game 2 has started, and their boards, they played what? The first 8 pieces perfectly the same?
Yeah, you love to see that, and then it's also very interesting to see where they deviate. As Redshurt with a very high right side, looking for an eyepiece, and is going to have to get it over. It covers it up at the last second. Redshurt now in down stacking mode. Needs an eyepiece, needs to get it over.
Yes.
Gets the eyepiece over, knocks down Tetris as T-Storm finds his way in Top Out City, topping out at 633. So Redshurt is good for game number 1.
That was amazing survivability from Redshurt.
So the judge is going to get them underway up there. Huge props to Redshurt for surviving that level 19 transition because it was up incredibly high. And for sure, if it was a top out over there for Redshurt, T-Storm would have been able to chase it down and also play a lot safer because he knows that he has room to play with, I guess you could say.
Down at the bottom, less than 1 Tetris separates these players.
Got game number 2 up top starting. Some small misdrop over there for Catsugiri, so is going to have to address that eventually. Maybe not immediately. Can still score or attempt to score a Tetris and then deal with that later. Kind of like how people say, you know, that's a tomorrow problem. I'll deal with that when I wake up. Did get dealt with. Only trails by a Tetris at this point.
All these boards are pretty clean. And all these games are pretty even. Catsugiri is down by 17,000 points, but up at the top we are... Oh, now Redshirt's up by 1 Tetris.
And Knight gets the T-piece, able to hit the T-spin, knocks down a quick Tetris, and ooh, I love the setup. A Z spin tuck would have solved that and didn't hold out for the Z immediately. So it's going to cost a couple of burns and several misdrops.
Knight does not look happy about that.
That does mean that Catsugiri will take the lead.
Up at the top, both boards are still clean. Redshurt is in the lead by about 40,000 points.
Knight's burn all the way down to the bottom. Could go for row 2. Might be looking for the L to do so. And yeah, row 2 Tetris is going to be set up and scored. And ooh, interesting T-tug there. Decide not to go for the subsequent S-tug. He's going to be able to get Tetris ready, but Catsugiri is still going to be holding on to that 1 Tetris, now almost 2 Tetris lead. 316 for Catsugiri, 299 for Knight, 212 for Redshurt, and 171 for T-Storm. He's falling behind just under 2 Tetrises as players up top walk into another drought. Oh, that J piece was beautiful.
Redshurt is no stranger to droughts today. During his qual, there was over 50 lines where only 3 long bars showed up. It cost him a max.
Catsugiri going to go for the S-flat delay burn. It's going to work out in her favor. Able to get, oh, not going to quite get Tetris ready. Looking for a specific piece to fill in that center, and that's going to actually cost her the utilization of 2 long bars, giving Knight a 1 Tetris lead concurrently. So Redshirt's up top digging. Not dangerous, because we saw what he was able to survive last game. It's just going to be costly, as the pieces are not necessarily being cooperative.
Catsugiri and Knight are neck and neck. At one point, not too long ago, they had the exact same score, so this could be anybody's game.
Well, opens up for Knight, scores a Tetris. Catsugiri downstack to the bottom and is ready to continue scoring herself. Meanwhile, Redshirt's still been burning. Finally gets the well open, down by 3 Tetrises. He's going to be able to cut into that with that Tetris, followed by another one.
I appreciate the neck and necks in the chat.
Knight looking for a couple more pieces. All right, Tetris ready. Catsugiri going to be looking for a 2 wide flat piece. Gets Tetris ready just in time, so 472 for Catsugiri, 513 for Knight. 406 for T-Storm, 380 for Redshurt. Redshurt actually closing the gap a bit in the real time, but in terms of pace, T-Storm does have that advantage because it's almost 10 lines behind. And we are closing in on that transition. Catsugiri transitions 498, Knight at 564.
These are both max-outable transition scores. Respectable gameplay from both players.
Both our players are rolling down at the bottom. I believe T-Storm is tapping up top and Redshurt is rolling as they close in on the level 19 transition.
Both players up top on pace to have a very good transition score. T-Storm with that 80% Tetris rate, just like he was doing during his quals earlier.
There it is, Tetris for Knight, 665. If we get that piece all the way over to the left, knocks down another Tetris. Catsugiri down by 88,000. It's going to cut into that, so about just under 2.5 Tetrises is what separates them.
And all the boards very clean right now. Let's hope they can keep it that way.
Not to mention, Redshurt, 524 transition. T-Storm still has 2 Tetrises in hand before we reach the transition. There's 1 Tetris, 612 for T-Storm. He can score 1 more. There it is, transition for T-Storm, 636. Down at the bottom, 834 for Knight. Ooh, a diving board hang over there for Catsugiri. So gonna have to take a triple and address this. And things are looking very complicated. A lot of jagged pieces. Nothing was really given to kind of fill in that gap.
She's making very good work with the pretty poor pieces that they've been offering her.
Still trying to survive. Catsugiri love to get an eye piece deciding. Oh, nice. Great placements over there.
Up top, T-Storm is ahead by less than 1 Tetris.
Yeah, Redshurt is going to be ahead by a level up top. So T-Storm will have the pace advantage. And we are playing with double kill screen on, if I'm not mistaken. There it is, another Tetris over there for Redshurt. 740 has taken the real-time lead. Down at the bottom, Catsugiri almost back to a consistent scoring position, but is down by almost 300,000 points as Knight gets a level 26 max out.
Unfortunately, we don't have cowbells, so you'll just have to pretend you hear them.
Yeah, not to mention, Bidwell forgot his cowbells. Like, Bidwell, the cowbell guy, forgetting his cowbells? Ridiculous.
Over on stage 1, they tied a bunch of Red Bull cans together and they shake them. It works, but it's not the same.
Yeah, right now, Knight going for the aggressive setup. Knocks down a triple, follows it up with a Tetris. 1.1 million for Knight. Catsugiri looking for that J piece, finds it, opens up the well, and now looking for a Tetris of her own.
Oh, a 26-piece drought and gets the long one, but isn't able to make use of it.
Still waiting on this long bar is Knight as we close in on that level 29 speed. Burns the double, goes into 29, follows up with a triple and another triple. Now the stack is brought down to the bottom. Catsugiri gonna have to walk through that same drought.
Up top, Redshurt is ahead by 3 Tetrises, and T-Storm got into a little bit of trouble.
There's a 29 Tetris for Catsugiri, and as T-Storm's going to be trying to fix this up, Knight's also going to be trying to fix it. And Catsugiri's going to top out at 854. So Knight with a 1.1 is good for game number 2. And Redshurt with a concerning misdrop. He's able to maneuver pieces around, burn a double as T-Storm's going to top out at 879. So Redshirt's also good for game number 2.
Solid gameplay from all players here.
Three, two, 1, Tetris.
Tag you out. You're on commentary.
Where? Oh, here?
You're live.
Sharky has to go play, so now I'm joined with Claus. First time on commentary.
Yes, this is going to be a very...
Claus played a very exciting match yesterday, scoring, what'd you score?
1,000 points.
1,000 points.
Like 1,002 points.
So you know he knows what he's talking about.
Yes.
All right, up top they have the exact same score, and on the bottom they are separated by 300 points. So both of these games are very, very close. Though now Catsugiri is up by 1 Tetris, as well as T-Storm.
Oh, look at that.
All the boards are pretty clean. Redshurt has a bit of work to do, but nothing he can't handle. All right, now Redshurt is Tetris ready. T-Storm is up by a little less than 2 Tetrises. Bottom, again, we are neck and neck.
He's got a little digging to do. He's doing well.
This is crazy. They
Nice.
are exactly the same on the bottom. This far into the game.
It's impressive. He's got a 91% Tetris rate.
Oh, wow. Well, Catsugiri has a 96% Tetris rate. All of these Tetris rates are so high this game.
80 plus for everyone.
Again, all the boards are very clean. Knight is a little high, but again, nothing he can't handle. Ooh, a nice tuck from Knight.
Everyone's doing some good work.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
T-Storm and Redshurt are pretty close, neck and neck. Did I say it?
No, I did.
You did?
Ooh, a nice spin from Knight.
Please return to station 209. Shiny mark to 209.
Again, all these boards are kind of high, but very good. Redshurt hoping for the long bar, and
Nice.
he gets
Got
it. All right, T-Storm is up by 1 Tetris, as is Catsugiri. Right, Knight is playing in the second row, but that's no problem for these players. Chen in the chat is asking about me. So I joined the scene back in 2020, but I'm honestly not too involved anymore, but it's nice to be around when I can. Alright, Catsugiri has that annoying hole right in the middle, but she's taking care of it. Oh, and T-Storm takes game number 3.
Nice T-Storm.
Put in the losing score in there. Could you do that?
Alright, Knight has a little bit of work to do on her board, but again, I'm sure it's nothing she can't take care of. Catsugiri is playing so clean right now. Where's the mouse?
Attention Genesis attendees.
Go ahead.
Action
2, 1.
Division 1 is starting
Tetris.
now. If you are in Division 1 or if you're not sure, you make Division 1. Please
Again,
check
I've
in
said
with
this so many
Genesis
times,
board
but T-Storm's efficiency in the quals was just insane. So if T-Storm can manage to have a good game, that 80% Tetris rate is very hard to beat.
He's pretty efficient with his stacking, and it's cool to see.
Ooh, Catsugiri and Knight are in a bit of trouble. Their scores are, again, almost exactly the same, but they both need to work on this dig. And up top, both players are neck and neck. Both have 100% Tetris rates. Let's see. Ooh, Redshurt still has 100%. T-Storm had to take a burn, but that's okay.
Knight is cleaning up her board and it's starting.
Oh, Knight is in a little trouble. Digging is part of the game. Now Catsugiri is up by almost 2 Tetrises. And Redshurt is up by also about 2 Tetrises. Okay, all the boards are looking clean. Just time to score as many points as you can. T-Storm and Redshurt both crazy this game. Redshurt with 97% efficiency and T-Storm 83%.
And 97 is pretty crazy.
Ooh, okay. Catsugiri transition at basically exactly 500. Knight transitions with a 450, I think. But transition is really no problem for rollers. It's really, once you start to get to level 29 is when you start to get iffy, but a lot of players don't even get iffy at level 29 anymore. Oh, Catsugiri is in a little trouble, but I think this can easily be taken care of. Catsugiri's up by 1 Tetris. Redshurt is up by about a Tetris and a half. Knight has a beautiful board. Catsugiri's still in a little bit of a dig, so Knight is using this opportunity to make up some points. Is taking a small lead now. T-Storm's board is beautiful. Redshurt is in, I wouldn't even call this a dig, it's just a bit of annoyance. This is beautiful 19 play by both players. Catsugiri hangs that piece, but gets the long one to bail her out of it.
Is there a name for when there's like a hole in the board like that? Just like one little dot and deep
I think
like
they
that?
call it Swiss cheese.
But when it's just one, is it like that too?
It's a mini Swiss cheese. I don't know. That is a good question. Is there a name for if there's just one hole in the middle of the board?
Sometimes it's very annoying because you can't do a Tetris. but you're-
Oh, Catsugiri tops out. So Knight takes game number 3. That is
job,
it.
Knight.
Victory for Knight.
Good work, Catsugiri.
Good game by both players. And up top, they are neck and neck. Keep going. Trading Tetrises back and forth. Both players have a clean board.
Oh, both
84 and 87% Tetris rates. That is true. No early top outs in any of these games. So
very exciting to see. I do really enjoy the games that have high efficiency. I don't know. It's just something that
it's very
is really cool.
satisfying.
Should we? Oh, yeah, we gotta do these.
Yeah,
things,
so
right?
do this. And then say winner.
Got the hearts?
Maybe it doesn't work.
Is that right?
Oh, cute.
Oh, did I do?
Do we know how to switch to the 2-player scene? Or should we just
No,
do
no,
the-
I have no.
Match
Oh,
one.
it's
Match 1. All right, let's do this.
Nice.
sick.
And do I do match 1?
Nope.
What do I do?
Okay, maybe just keep it on both then.
Both. All right.
Scout.
Scott, we need help real quick. How do we do it just on
Let me
Redshirt?
switch.
Is it?
Oh, you want the 2-player scene?
Yeah, just the 2 players.
Alright, Agamescout over here helping us learn how to use
So we want
switch
top
to
players.
just the top games.
Top
Thank you
players.
so
Oh,
much.
cool.
About 30,000. Both boards still looking pretty
There you go.
nice.
Perfect.
We
Thank
have
you.
fixed the setup.
Oh, look, and we're showing now too.
Oh wow, that's us.
So were you rolling on the final game?
All right.
All right, Redshirt in a bit of trouble, and Tstorm
Redshirt is pretty
back
high,
to a
but
beautiful board. These
bad
Tetris
timing.
rates are still very high, especially given those digs we've seen them do. To still have 70% Tetris rates is incredible. Redshirt is back in another dig. Tstorm is up by 100,000 points, so no worries if you're Tstorm.
Both at about 184 lines. A little misshift. Yeah. Better?
Alright, Tstorm is still up by about
Ooh, a
100,000
misshift.
points, but is in a little bit of a trouble now. Redshirt is also in a dig, so I guess they're gonna have to see who can out-dig each other.
Ooh, that's tough. Redshirt's
Tstorm
out.
tops out. Redshirt, you need 873.
Board looks pretty clean. Hello.
Got a lot of GGs for Tstorm. You have a bunch of fans in the chat.
All right. That's
Good
it.
game.
Redshirt's.
Tstorm takes... Oh yes, Redshirt wins it all.
With some confidence and maybe a whole lot more.
But
Everything
more,
aligns correctly.
More importantly, will be board health heading into 29 when it's this close, because it'll be a game of chicken.
Yeah,
You
Tyler
gotta get
stacked
those-
up really high, made a
Oh.
misdrop at the end. We'll have to address that if he wants
But
to
Oscar's
enter.
not in great shape either. This one Tetris will not be a Tetris. It's
Not
only
be a
trip.
Tetris. It is still
Where's a
Tyler's
million
lead, but
points
it's
for both
Tyler's
players?
misdrop.
Let's go.